If you grow a few Echeverias and don't cut the flowers, chances are you may have thousands of tiny seeds at your disposal. Growing Echeveria from seed is a fun little project but can be a bit tricky for a number of reasons. In this video, we'll have a look at how to spot fertilized flowers and collect the seeds. I'll also cover a few things and issues to be aware of when raising these amazing plants from seed. This step is quite easy once you know what you're looking for. For seed pods to develop, your Echeveria plants will need to be outside where insects and birds can cross-pollinate your plants or do it manually. Manual pollination will be needed when you grow in an enclosed space such as a greenhouse or indoors. Outdoors, many pollinators will flock to your Echeveria flowers once they open, doing the hard work for you. You should have absolutely no problems with getting them pollinated by the critters in your garden. Pollinated flowers will first look like they are drying and will lose petals. They will then open up into a star shape and reveal the seed pods, which are usually a greenish yellow color. They will look a little swollen. At this stage, the seeds are maturing within and they will open up by themselves naturally when ready. I'd recommend to not touch or interfere and just leave them to it. When the pods open, they will usually stay upright, which is handy as the seed doesn't just spill out. Once you see the pods open like this, the seed is ready to be collected and sown. You can actually see the tiny little seeds inside. You can either tip the whole stalk upside down or remove the pods that have opened and flip them on a piece of paper or your hand. There's so many seeds just in this one pod. The rest of those still on the flower stalk will likely mature at a later date. The seeds from just this one flower will be enough for most people. I'd say there's a good couple hundred individual seeds. Before you start collecting Echeveria seeds, there's a few things that are handy to be aware of. Firstly, many hybrid Echeveria may not produce viable seeds even when pollinated. This is because some hybrids are sterile. Second, if you leave the pollination to nature, you may never truly know who the other parent is. Echeveria can not only be pollinated with other Echeveria species and cultivars, but also with species and cultivars from completely different genera. Pollinators are likely to visit multiple different plants, potentially creating very unique hybrids of plants from not only yours, but also from your neighbor's succulent collection. You can of course control the process and manually pollinate the plants if you have a greenhouse, but you have to make sure there's no insects. Flies, ants and spiders can easily introduce unwanted pollen. Third, succulent flowers are a magnet for pests, mostly aphids but also mealybugs. Not cutting the flowers can result in some serious infestations. And lastly, raising Echeveria seeds to a full-grown plant can take years. The process can be very slow if your climate is not favorable. Even in an amazing climate like ours, it can be pretty challenging and take an eternity. Personally, I much prefer growing from leaf or cuttings of offsets. However, raising seed is fun and you never know what you may get. Next week we'll talk about when and how to sow the seeds. And that is it for today. I hope this video was useful, and if you liked it, do follow us for more. Hope to see you all next time, and thank you so much for watching.